Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the FTTH Council Europe, it is my great pleasure to officially open our FTTH Conference 2023 in Madrid, the wonderful capital of Spain. A famous philosopher once said, "You can't buy happiness, but you can buy a plane ticket to Madrid." And that's pretty much the same thing. I hear and I see you concur. Now, the momentum for fiber has been growing at a stunning speed in recent years. 15 years ago, our beloved European continent wondered if fiber was really necessary. Over the course of the 2010s, the belief grew that fiber would become inevitable and indispensable. Today, every one of us is aware of the need for full fiber connectivity to safeguard resilience for our societies and prepare our future prosperity. We evolved from why fiber over how fiber to connect everything and everyone everywhere. Very high capacity networks based on fiber access are the backbone of digital society, and full fiber is the most sustainable and future-proof technology, enabling all digital applications we will need in the years and decades to come. But where do we stand today? Coverage figures for fiber to the home in Europe amount to 62% today, and they are expanding rapidly. We notice that many ambitious programs and projects will lead us to more fiber connectivity throughout the coming years. Promising, but that doesn't mean the job is done. Some countries in Europe have yet to reach more than half of their households with fiber. But we observe positive trends in UK, Germany, Italy, Belgium, and others, where the acceleration to full fiber connectivity has now really been launched. The European Commission, as well as member states, are setting ambitious targets, and private investors are supporting this massive rollout effort. Our sector is at the heart of the twin green and digital transition, which is a top priority for the EU. We see public policies and the European regulatory framework as very favorable to the development of FTTH networks, and we will take the opportunity of this event to discuss more in detail how they can be further enhanced and implemented in member countries. We want Europe's Digital Decade program, stating that every European household by 2030 should have access to a gigabit network, to find its implementation with secure and sustainable digital infrastructures. This is a bold and ambitious vision that reflects our collective commitment to building a more connected and inclusive Europe. We applaud that at least 20% of the recovery and resilience facility funds are being dedicated to digital transition. The connectivity topic is very high on the agenda of our policy and regulatory bodies, and the timing of our conference could not be more ideal. We are looking forward to a speedy adoption of the Gigabit Infrastructure Act, which is replacing the Broadband Cost Reduction Directive proposed by the European Commission. Much can still be done to accelerate and simplify the deployment process. So a timely approval of the Gigabit Infrastructure Act can truly contribute to accelerating rollout, bringing us one step closer to achieving that goal for a fully connected Europe. In addition, the Gigabit Connectivity Recommendation document, advising how gigabit connectivity should be promoted from a regulatory point of view, has sparked many conversations among experts and stakeholders alike. The FTTH Council Europe has carefully examined the draft recommendation, and we have conveyed to the European Commission our position, in which we welcome the various positive aspects, while advising against some potential risks. I'm sure that these topics will be touched upon in many of the conference panels. Now, during this two-day conference, we will, as always, launch and present our latest market panorama, including the global ranking, forecast 2023 to 2027, and FTTH, FTTB in rural areas. You will notice that adoption of FTTH today averages 30% across European households. Now, to accelerate the adoption of FTTH, we launched a study called FTTH Adoption Drivers and Hurdles in Europe, conducted by Benoit Felten of Plum Consulting. And it develops a series of recommendations for both policymakers and industry executives on how to increase uptake of FTTH. End-user satisfaction strongly depends on how the potential of the fiber network is maximized thanks to appropriate solutions in end-user premises. Our second version of the In-Home Broadband Excellence Handbook describes scenarios for service providers to avoid churn and accelerate monetization by selling value-added services. But fiber serves more than only consumers. It connects everyone and everything everywhere. In addition to the ever-growing and end-user demand for bandwidth, enterprises need reliable and resilient high-speed internet and multi-site connectivity. Airports, hospitals, schools and universities, hotels, holiday resorts, they refurbish their local area networks with fiber to serve their employees and customers in a better way by means of future-proof and sustainable technologies. Cities are digitalizing as we speak, and fiber offers unlimited possibilities for smart applications to be enabled. 5G and FTTH go hand in hand, and fiber is the cornerstone of a successful convergence strategy for network operators. Once 5G cell densification really takes off, you can easily state that a mobile network is in fact a fiber network with a bit of wireless at the end, don't you think? Next generation PON technologies are developed and deployed to adequately meet the demand for fiber for everything and everywhere. Climate change and cutting emissions are on the political agenda in bold letters. Legacy to fiber migration and evolution to next-generation technologies will lead to increased traffic handling capacity while keeping energy consumption limited. Sustainability action plans in FTTH industry will be discussed. Our newborn Sustainability Committee will actively promote fiber as the most sustainable access technology and will help any member company that is part of the FTTH value chain to measure, report, and reduce their carbon footprint in the years to come. Now, the FTTH conference brings together FTTH experts from every European country and beyond. Policymakers, regulators, network operators, service providers, and technology specialists are here to discuss the latest evolutions of this exciting market. We do our best to offer you the ideal environment for information sharing, business networking, and we are delighted to welcome you to this world's largest fiber summit in the center of Europe. I've just been informed that we have registered more than 3,000 delegates from 88, that's far more than the EU, from 88 countries. So I would say enjoy the networking moments and possibilities. Fiber for everyone, everywhere, becomes a reality more and more. 15 years ago, we were like Don Quixote, fighting windmills and pursuing our dreams. Today, we are like Sancho Panza, facing reality and witnessing full fiber connectivity coming closer and closer. We wish you a very good event. Thank you.